shop. We just put a whole new roll cage, front bumper, rock sliders, rear bumper that's integrated into the cage, all into this thing from ThumperFab. The little go fast parts, you had to sound cool, look cool, so we went with the RPM guys over there, got their blow off valve and their cutout exhaust, and we're about to see how it all came together real quick, so let's hear it. That's your stock exhaust right there. Nothing fancy. Let's have a little blow off valve. That's loud, boy. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking when I ordered all this, but neighborhood's gonna hate me. Okay, let's hear the opener. And there's your cutout exhaust right there. Let's see how it sounds together. Yeah, this is probably a bad idea, not gonna lie. My fuel mileage is probably gonna go way down, because I'm gonna need to hear that all the time. Yeah, this was a good idea. Let's see. Cut out on the switch, baby. You can't beat that. Let's get this thing back in the shop so y'all can see it. Alright, so we got it pulled in the shop, and one of my main concerns with putting different cages on the sport model side-by-sides, whether it's a Razor, X3, anything like that, is I'm about 6'2", 280. I'm not a small guy, and I hate hitting my head on stuff, getting in those lowered brow cages. This is actually their race cage that has the integrated rear bumper with it. And I'm, like I said, 6'2", and I'm sitting all the way up with the seat on the highest setting. I probably got, I don't know, how much space, which when you got your harness on, you got your seatbelt on or anything like that, you're not gonna bounce up that high. And I don't go very fast. I mean, if we do, I am strapped in, so it won't matter. I like it because I can get in here, and I do wear a helmet sometimes when we do the races, and I'm still comfortable, okay? With my helmet on, I got about 1.5 inches, 2 inches of clearance up here, and that's me sitting up as high as I can. And I usually slouch down just a hair to get more comfortable anyway. So a lot of space right here for you taller guys. Let's get out here, look at the whole entire thing, because we've done a lot to it in the last couple weeks. And probably one of the most noticeable things you can do to any side-by-side, and not the cheapest, but not really that expensive, is get it wrapped. So that right there, this is an XMR edition. It had the darker gray and the yellow and stuff like that. Well, we went with the grayscale multicam all across it, but we wanted to keep the yellow because obviously I'm not going to do a frame off. I'm not taking everything off the frame. So we kept the XMR color in there on the springs, front arms, the hood panels and seats and things like that. And it's flowing really well, I think. But you can tell it looks a lot better in stock. But that being said, we're going to go quick pros and cons on everything we put on here real quick, as fast as I possibly can. Your front bumper from ThumperFab, love it. Gives you a bigger, wider spot across your radiator to protect it more. Got the winch fair lead stuff down here. It's more heavy duty. It connects to more places at the frame than your stock one. Overall, 10 out of 10, super easy install. Nothing hard to do about it. I just wish that if I could some way connect the front bumper to their cage without having to weld and bend and everything myself. I wish there was a kit or something where I could just go ahead and Mad Max this thing to the front bar. That's just me. And they do sell windshields and stuff like that for them when you check out. I just didn't. I'm just going to make one myself because it's cheaper. Onto the rock sliders here. Man. They're awesome. They're going to save your plastics. They're not used for a step. They look good. They work great. You're not going to have to worry about ripping your side panels off with stumps or anything else. But shit fire are they hard to put on. And that's in any side-by-side. I feel like steps and rock sliders, one side takes 30 minutes, the other's 4 hours. I don't know why it's like that. It just is. That's the way these were. I got the passenger side on in about 35, 40 minutes. The driver's side, we're just not even going to talk about it. I don't know what I did wrong. I don't know. I drilled the little dots that says to drill, a 1/4 inch above, all that stuff. No. Either way, though, they look great. They work great. They protect it. But damn, one of them's hard to put on. Straight on the cage. Like I said, I'm 6'2". Cage was a little bit hard to put on. I would say hard. I had to use a ratchet strap to pull the front over just a hair. Maybe 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, just because their jig and every Canam that gets made is not the same. It's not. I don't care what you say. Every Canam is off just a little bit and every cage is off just a little bit. I happened to get one that was about an 1/8 to 1/4 off. It happens. Bolted back to the thing right here just like they would. And then the rear bumper, rear cage section is pretty cool. This is the only downside if you have an XMR edition. That thing right there, I think it's our belt exhaust. So you got to get a little extender piece and either put it out just a hair more, about 1 inch more, or you got to get a rerouting piece and put it in front of the 3 here. So until I get that to come from Amazon, that's where it is. But comes down here, bolts in the back right here to your rear plate. Looks awesome. Gonna save me a lot from backing up into trees. Because these things are hard to see out of, they are. I don't care what kind of mirrors you got. I don't care if you got a reverse camera. Mine gets muddy instantly. It's hard to see out of. Super easy to put on though. I'm talking about the cage and the rear bumper. It took me longer to get the other one off because there was paint on the bolts than it did to put this whole thing on and get it tight. Far as the blow-off valve and the cutout exhaust, again, 2 hours, I had both of them on. Super easy, cut and dry instructions. And then I did get it tuned a little bit because I put all that stuff on there and I didn't want it to run too lean or not have enough pressure or something like that. But you don't have to, it's personal choice. I say you do. Let me show you the blow-off valve and let me show you the cutout because everybody sells them for the most part. I went with RPM because he was cheaper. You can go with Evo and theirs is more expensive and supposedly nicer. But for the price, I just didn't see it. So here's your cutout right here. I still gotta cut my zip ties. I hadn't done that yet. But simple as it gets. I mean, there it is. Good advertisement right there. I mean, it's on a switch in there. Let me show you the switch. It's right over there. I'll circle it. Open, close, simple as it gets. Your blow-off valve is, you do have to take this middle section out. And just go ahead and take the seats out. Honestly, I'm a bigger guy. I needed more space. Take the seats out, take the center section out, and you're good to go. I don't even know if you can see it from over here, but it's up in there somewhere. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to show it to you. And I sure as hell ain't taking all that stuff back out. But like I said though, it's super easy to put in. You just gotta take the plastics out. A couple push tab bolts and 3 or 4 bolts to take the seats. Everything we did to this was all bolt on stuff. Like you don't have to have any special tools, any special knowledge, anything like that. It comes with printed instructions or a PDF scan code to get the instructions. You can do all of this yourself in your shop. We probably could have done it in a day, but we stretched it over 2 or 3 just because we had other stuff going on. But I love the way it turned out. And honestly, you know, I'd do it again pretty quick. It's easy. The stuff's a little bit more expensive than other brands, but we've worked with the other brands too. And the thickness of the tubing on your bumpers and your cage and things like that, I just feel is better overall from ThumperFab. And it's just preference. You can use anybody's stuff and like anybody else's stuff more than you like theirs. They've just got my business because they've always treated me good with my Defender. I mean, their bumpers have always held up. They've covered any warranties I've ever had, and I've only had 2, and they were my fault, and they still covered them. So it's one of them things to where once you find somewhere you like working with, you continue to work with them because you know you can have a good working relation. And as far as anything else going on in the X3, we're probably going to do a full Rockford kit with the pods and the subwoofers and the wake towers and things like that. I don't like a lot of roof audio in the sports styles because I hit my head on it. So instead of doing the Defender full audio roof, we're just going to do the pop-in kit from Rockford. Simple, easy, cut and dry. You can't fuck it up. So that's what we're going to go with. But that's pretty much it. I'm going to try and do some more of these videos for you guys on everything we do in the shop here because we do a lot of stuff all the time on everybody else's stuff, mine, friends. It's pretty hectic in here on a weekly basis, but this right here is pretty much the whole build. This is all it's getting. Got thumped out. We got the front bumper, cage, rear bumper, rock sliders from Thumper, and wrap. Everything's done on it.